Nope, she didn't. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. My name is Camilla Coley, and today we are going to do a mukbang with. I want to apologize if I pronounced mukbang or mukbang wrong, but I apologize if I pronounced it wrong. I think it's mukbang. And I've been saying mukbang this whole time, so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Please. Questions that y'all asked me on my Instagram story, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability because I can get really awkward. Anyways, but I'm going to be answering some questions while I eat my lunch, and we're going to be talking about all the things. So I'm going to go get my food.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back with my food, and also sorry about that noise in the background. My mom is currently vacuuming, so
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never.
On that other note, so wow, okay, first of all, wow, okay, this is like huge. It actually was double the size. This is only half the sandwich. So if I really wanted to do a mukbang, I could go get the other half of the sandwich, but I think that I would literally explode. But this is a Jersey Mike's sandwich, I think, and, okay, wow, it has a lot on it. I think it has, like, onions, lettuce, ham, turkey, cheese, mayo, and pepperoni, and, and tomato. So that is the full sandwich. It is huge. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat it. And then I grabbed some pretzels. These are my favorite. They're so good. And then I got some strawberries, but they're frozen, so maybe they'll thaw out. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So the first question is from, please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, is from Joanna Hawkins. Sorry. And she says, can you give some freshman advice? Okay, this is how I'm gonna put it. If I was a freshman and I could go back and change anything, it would be to do all of my homework and make time for homework. Because honestly, freshman year wasn't that hard for me, and I know it's different for other people, but it was hard because I didn't do most of my homework because I had a lot of distractions. But honestly, I would just say, like, do all of your homework. And another thing is, don't worry so much about your grades. I mean, yes, they matter now because colleges are going to be looking at your grades at this point, but I wouldn't, like, stay up all night, like, worrying about your grades. I would just do your homework, try your best, study your best, and just don't worry about it. Like, that's just my advice for school in general. Like, do your best, and then don't worry about the rest. Oh! We love a poet. And also, don't be absent a lot, okay? I literally was absent, like, every other week in about 7th and 8th grade. Girl, your grades are literally gonna drop if you are absent all the time. So just be there, work hard. I mean, this sounds cliche and it sounds like something your grandmother would tell you, but I mean, it's true. Like, it's so true. Like, just be there, work hard, and do your best, and then don't make yourself sick worrying about your grades. That's my advice. Hopefully that helped. Honestly, I'm just gonna go to the next question. The next question is from Piper Lowry. Sorry if I said that wrong too. And she says, what's your favorite way to spend time closer to Jesus. Wow, that was a whole mouthful. Basically, my favorite way to spend time with Jesus, and there's so many, there's worship, there's prayer, there's reading your Bible, there's devotionals, there's so many ways, but ew, gross, I just barfed. I just burped. So you know how there's the Bible app for YouVersion? So basically there's Bible plans on the app, and for the longest time I read devotionals and Bible plans, and recently I've just literally opened up my Bible and studied it. Just open it up and highlight things that stand out to me, and before I read it I ask God, I'm like, okay, I'm here, I'm listening, and whatever you want to speak to me, I'm listening. So literally I just do that. That's just been my favorite recently, but I also love worship too. I hope that answered your question. Okay, so the next question is, what are your editing tricks, and do you use VSCO? Okay, so I usually get a lot of questions about how I edit my pictures. Okay, so basically I use Lightroom. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it is a editing software device, and it's usually used on computers, but I actually just downloaded it on my phone, and I use it on my phone. Let me just download Lightroom on this phone real quick, and then I can show you. But to answer your second question, if I use VSCO, and the answer is yes, I do use VSCO. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, nope, she did it. I'm just gonna use this picture and kind of walk through how I edit my pictures. I'm gonna do this to the best of my ability. So basically there's a little section, and it's called, I'll try to show it to you. I apologize for my nails. My nails have been ripping off, and it's been a whole thing. So basically I go right here to light, and I'm just gonna do everything that I do in that portion, and then I'll show you what I do after I've done it. I turn the exposure up, I turn up the contrast, and then I turn the highlights way down. Sometimes I turn them all the way down. And then I just messed it up. I turn the shadows up, and I turn the whites up, and then I turn the blacks down a little bit. I don't know what. And so that's usually what I do in the light section, and it depends on every single picture that you use. It differs. And so the next part is called color, and I'll try to show you what it looks like. I'm so sorry, this is horrible quality. But there's 2 parts to color, and this sounds really confusing and really advanced, but it's not that confusing when you figure it out. But there's the first part of it, which is this part, and then there's a button at the top called mix, and this is where it starts looking really different, if that makes sense. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I do in this first part, and then I'll show you when I'm done. Color, the first part, I turn, you can't even see it that well, but I turn up the temperature +7, not a lot at all, and it depends on every single picture too. And then I turn the tint up 10, I turn the vibrance down 12, and I turn the saturation up 4. So not a lot for that, but it does make a difference. So basically what you do in the second part of color is you adjust every single color, and you can add you can make the hue that's the color red. You can make it one way or another way. I probably will do this by showing what I do to every single color. So I'm just gonna work on the red real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay. So for red in this picture, I turn the hue up 20. I turn the saturation down 13, and I turn the luminance up 31. And so I'm going to explain every single like part of that, and it's the same for every single color, if you can see that. And so the hue, like I showed you, it makes it like one color or another color, and it like makes it go one way or another way. And then the saturation is, it makes it more colorful or it makes it less colorful. And then the luminance, if you can see, it makes it lighter or it makes it darker, if you can see the difference. So I did turn up the luminance for the color, and for most colors I do turn up the luminance. And so the next color is orange, and for orange I will go ahead and do that, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I just did the orange, and so basically for orange, I turn the hue up by 21, I turn the saturation down by 20, and then I turn the luminance down 29. And the reason why I do this is because the luminance part, I turn it down because orange is usually the skin color, and usually in pictures my skin gets very fleshed out, and it just makes my skin look a little bit darker and more flattering. And then I turn the saturation down because the skin's already turned down, so I don't want my skin to look too orange, so I turn down the saturation. And then I make the hue more yellow because it makes the picture look better, I guess. I don't really know how to explain that. And so the next color is yellow, and I will go ahead and edit that and then explain it. Okay, so yellow, the color yellow is my favorite part because this is where it really starts to change the whole entire picture. So basically for yellow, I turn the hue more, like a lot, towards orange instead of green. And then I turn the saturation usually all the way down, and it does depend on every single picture. And then I turn the luminance all the way up to make it a lot brighter. And so you can definitely see the difference when I do the yellow color. And so moving on next to the color green, and I will edit this and then show you and explain to you. Okay, so I just finished editing green, and so basically it doesn't really make a difference in this picture because there are really like no green colors, like there's no like plants or anything. But usually with green colors, I usually turn down the saturation and the luminance, and then I turn the hue more to like an orangey color. And I do that because I do want to be able to see like the green colors, and it looks really good if you turn down the luminance and you turn down the saturation. Okay, so basically for every single color, for like the rest of the colors, I will literally just turn like the saturation all the way down and the luminance all the way up, because usually you can't really see the other colors that well, and they usually don't pop up well. So I literally will just do that for every single one of them, just so the people in the picture kind of pop out. And so after I do the colors, I usually go back and adjust like the exposure and the contrast, because it does look different after the colors have been changed. Okay, so this is the finished product, and this is how I edit my pictures, and hopefully this has helped you, because I've literally gotten like so many DMs and so many questions of like, how do you edit your pictures, and it's usually a really long process, so I can't really like explain it like over DM. But this is usually what I do in Lightroom. This is before, and then this is after. And not everybody likes how I edit my pictures, but I did want to show y'all how I do edit my pictures. So thank you to who asked that. I forgot who asked that, but thank you for asking that. And so after I get finished with Lightroom, I take the picture and I put it in VSCO, and then I put on the filter A6, and I turn the exposure down usually. And that's how I edit like literally every picture, and that's how I do it. Okay, so that concludes my mukbang, eating with me, talking with me, chatting with me video. I hope that you guys I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that I answered y'all's questions right and fairly and all the things. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of this video. And I love y'all. Have an amazing day, and God loves you and He cares about you. Have the best day.